In this video, I'm going to go through an effective training program to improve strength on the overhead press. Now, if you're someone who's been struggling around 50 kilo or less, which was me not so long ago, then this program is going to take you well beyond those numbers. First and foremost, make sure you've got your exercise technique dialed in. I'll leave an end screen to this video here. No program is going to make up for deficiencies on poor technique, so make sure you have that dialed in before commencing. Now, this program is going to have you overhead pressing 3 times per week. Now, I know there's probably a lot of people watching this video thinking there's no way I can hard overhead press 3 times per week, and you're correct. You're not going to hard press every single session. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can manipulate and manage intensity, volume, and fatigue, not only across a training week, but across a training block. And then I'm going to show you how you can layer blocks on top of one another for effective programming. Session 1 is going to be your intensity day. Now, each block is going to be 4 weeks in length. So in block 1, you're going to be working off triples. Block 2, you're going to be working off doubles. And then finally in block 3, you're going to be working off singles. So the program is going to be 12 weeks in length, and then you can just rinse and repeat the process and start on triples again and make any changes as you need. You're going to use a top set, back off set approach. Now, your top set is the heaviest set for that working session. Now, the top set is going to allow you practice at low velocity force production, and it's also going to get you more confident at handling heavier loads. Because the top set is only done for 1 set, it won't be overly fatiguing. This will allow you to do more overhead pressing within the week. Now, you'll see that each block starts off super light. You're going to start off with an RPE 6, 4 reps left in reserve. And then as the block moves on, the intensity is going to increase and you're going to finish with an RPE 9. You'll then move into block 2, working off doubles, and just rinse and repeat the process. You'll start at RPE 6 and then work up to RPE 9 again. Now, week 1 on each block kind of acts like a deload without actually having to deload. After you've done your top set, you're going to do some back off sets at a lower relative intensity. You're going to be working at roughly 60 to 75% of 1 rep max. Now in block 1, you're going to work between 60 and 65% 1 rep max. In block 2, 65 to 70%, and then in block 3, 70 to 75%. Now again, you're just going to need to adjust those percentages based on how well you're progressing block to block. On these back off sets, there should be an intent to move the barbell fast. Force is mass times acceleration, so the acceleration component of force production is critical. These back off sets will feel pretty light, and there'll be plenty of reps left in reserve. Now, this is done for 2 reasons. It allows for high velocity force production, but more importantly, it creates a bit of stimulus without causing a huge amount of fatigue. This will allow more quality reps to be accrued over the course of the training program, meaning you'll get better at the skill of overhead pressing. It's important to mention at this stage, there's absolutely no need to train to failure. Yes, going to failure will give that a little bit more stimulus and strength. However, the fatigue will just skyrocket and it's just not worth it. This will hamper the training week as well as the training block. You can train the accessory lifts hard, which I'm going to get into later in this video, but with the overhead press, do not take it to failure. Session 2 is going to be a lighter session on the week. You're going to do a 2-second pause overhead press. Now, you're going to do this for a couple of different reasons. Number 1, the pause is just going to take load off of the barbell to make it a lighter session. You're also going to work on specific strength, so it's going to help you develop strength in that bottom position. For most lifters, this is where people struggle in the overhead press. I also quite like the 2-second pause as well. It gets away from the problem that most people have. They press the bar out and around their face. With that pause, it just helps them to get in a straight bar path from A to B. Another way to ensure that this session is going to stay light, you're going to keep lower RPEs for this session. So for the first couple of weeks of the block, you're going to go RPE 6. Towards the back end of the block, you're going to go up to an RPE 7. However, you're going to go no higher than an RPE 7 on session 2 of the week. Session 3 is going to be a moderate load on the week. Now you're going to do a 1-second pause on the pins. Now, similar to the Wednesday sessions, this is going to be a great way of developing strength in the weak position of the lift. But with the pause as well as the lower RPEs for this session, it's going to help manage fatigue across the week and across the training block. Now, this is going to move from RPE 6 to an RPE 8 over the course of the block. In terms of the accessory work on session 1, you're going to do dumbbell overhead press or machine shoulder press, and you're going to do that with either lat pull down or pull-ups. Now, only do pull-ups if you can do them well. If you're terrible at them, then stick to the lat pull down. Now, in all the accessories, you're going to do 2 to 3 hard sets of 5 to 10 reps. This will be more than enough to drive adaptation. Session 2, you're going to be doing some isolation work here just to try and keep the session lighter overall. You're going to do lateral raises either with the cable or dumbbells, and you're going to do these with reverse flies, again, either using dumbbells or cables. Session 3, you're going to do incline press, either with dumbbells or a barbell, and you're going to do these either with chest supported rows, dumbbell rows, or bench pulls. Now you're going to push these exercises hard in and around failure. Now the main goal here is to build muscle and help support the strength work already outlined in this video. Now mechanical tension is the key driver of muscle hypertrophy, so sets need to be taken in close proximity to failure. Henneman's principle basically means that you recruit motor units from smallest to largest, so if you don't take sets close to failure, then you're not going to be able to recruit those higher end motor units, which is critical for muscle growth. Now putting this all together into a 3-day full body training program could look like this. I've put the overhead press first on all days because that's the primary focus of this training program. I've added other exercises in and around what I've already discussed to show how a full body program could be set up. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you're looking to get your overhead press technique dialed in, which I mentioned earlier in this video, then click on this video here. If you have any questions on today's video, fire a comment below. Thanks for watching.